Eleanor Price, a 26-year-old music student at Oxford, had a passion for collecting rare musical records. One rainy afternoon, she stepped into a forgotten antique shop at the edge of the city, drawn in by a soft piano melody playing inside. The owner, a hunched old man with clouded eyes, handed her a dusty vinyl without a label. "This track was composed only once," he said, "and no one who's heard it after midnight ever remained the same." She smiled politely, thinking it was just a marketing trick. She bought the record and returned to her apartment, excited to hear it. That night, alone in her dimly lit flat, Eleanor placed the vinyl on her record player. The music that played was haunting, delicate piano notes layered with whispers and violins that sounded like they were weeping. But as the track progressed, strange things began to happen. The lights flickered. Her walls began to tremble. And then she heard it, a woman's voice, singing along with the melody, even though no one else was there. Eleanor froze. The voice was coming from behind her. She turned. No one. But when she looked in the mirror, her reflection wasn't hers. It was a woman in a 1920s gown, eyes hollow, mouth moving in sync with the melody. The record stopped. Silence. She screamed and ran out. The next day, she took the vinyl to her professor, Dr. Grant, an expert in early 20th century music. He studied the grooves under a microscope and turned pale. This melody matches a lost composition by Lydia Moreau, a pianist who was murdered during her performance in 1924. She was stabbed mid-concert, and her dying breath was recorded onto the record itself. He warned Eleanor to destroy it, but it was too late. That night, Eleanor dreamt of being on stage, bound to a piano, her fingers playing the cursed tune on their own. The audience was full of faceless people, and Lydia, in her blood-stained dress, sat in the front row, smiling. When Eleanor woke up, the vinyl was playing again, on its own. She tried to burn it. It wouldn't burn. She smashed it. The pieces still played music when placed near the turntable. Her friends started vanishing one by one, those who had heard the record. And the melody? It stayed in her head, always playing louder every night. Until one day, Eleanor disappeared, just like Lydia. All that remained was the vinyl, sitting in her apartment, untouched, waiting for someone new to play it. A year after Eleanor Price vanished, her flat remained locked, untouched, sealed by the university authorities. No one dared enter until music blogger Darren Cole decided to investigate for his YouTube channel Dark Notes. Darren had heard the legends, a cursed melody, a vanishing student, and a record that played itself. He didn't believe in ghosts. "It's just myth and urban fear," he told his camera as he picked the lock and stepped into the cold, dusty apartment. Everything was frozen in time. Eleanor's teacup still sat on the table, cracked. Her bed was unmade. But what pulled Darren's attention was the turntable in the corner, and next to it, a shattered vinyl, its pieces scattered like black petals. He collected them carefully. As a musician himself, Darren wanted to restore the sound and debunk the myth. Back home, he used his equipment to digitally stitch the grooves back together. After hours of sound engineering, he played the result through his speakers. The moment the melody began, the temperature in the room dropped. The whispering violin returned. Then, static. But buried in the noise was something new, a voice, clear and desperate. "Help me." Darren froze. He rewound. Played it again. "Help me, he's still here, watching." It was Eleanor's voice. The room went dark. His laptop screen cracked from the inside. Suddenly, he felt a weight on his shoulders, as if someone had climbed onto his back. He stumbled to the mirror and saw her again. Eleanor's ghost. Her mouth was open, her eyes hollow. But this time she spoke. "He's not done. Lydia wasn't the first. And I won't be the last." The mirror shattered. Blood trickled from Darren's ears. The music was inside him now. In a frenzy, Darren tried to shut everything down. He deleted the file, smashed his speakers. But when he woke up the next day, his phone was playing the melody on loop. Every device in his home had synced, even when turned off. Days passed. Darren began sketching symbols he didn't recognize. Musical notes no one had taught him. He stopped sleeping. He couldn't, because every time he closed his eyes, he dreamed of a man in a shadowy tuxedo, standing behind Lydia, stabbing her again and again. The murder had never been caught, and Lydia's soul never found peace. Now, Darren knew the melody was a summoning spell. It didn't just curse the listener. It opened a portal for the composer's return. A demonic being, using sound as its weapon. And he had used Eleanor. Now Darren was the next conduit. The video he uploaded, just a short clip of the melody, went viral. Thousands of people heard it. And now they're hearing the whispers too.